Hand clap to the master, guys. We're definitely back again for another one on the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Big up the Mystelics YouTube family out there. I actually met the Mystelics family yesterday, and he said, "Boy, Mystelics, boy, you loud in the beginning. I wake it up, people, man. Wake them up for the reaction channel, guys." And of course, in accordance to that, we must big up the Mystelics YouTube family, and of course the newcomers are there. Big up yourself for tuning into this year reaction video. I just want to say I appreciate you guys right there. And then we have been doing some record numbers on this year Mystelics YouTube channel for this month, guys. And of course, it is all because of you and the Most High, of course. So we're giving thanks and praise for that. And of course, big up yourself one time. Give this video a thumbs up right there, guys. Actually made a request yesterday for you guys to give a thumbs up for me to go and do the aerial video and thing. You guys didn't get it, man. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You guys don't want me to do the aerial shot? If you want me to do the aerial shot, make this video reach 300 thumbs up, guys, and we'll do an aerial shot of the Wesley area where the international airport is right there. So make this one reach 300 thumbs up. You guys didn't do it for the other one. Unless we get that 300, I'm not doing nothing for you guys. So you guys have to do your part, and I'll do my part as well. Now, guys, of course, the whole situation involves West Indies versus Bangladesh. The cricket team, July 2nd to 3rd, July 2nd and 3rd, starting at 1:30. And of course, they actually came in today. Actually had a few words with the cricket captain, Nicholas POORAN, right there. And of course, talking about the different vibes that hopefully, you know, they win and they get to enjoy in Dominica a little, going to the sulphur spas and whatnot. This is what he had to say on this regard right there.
Dive into the beach as soon as I get into the hotel.
He says he's gonna go to the beach as soon as he goes to the hotel. So I guess a little relaxation as well, and that's why I asked him about the sulphur spa.
Hopefully some sulphur springs as well.
Hopefully Dario and the management team can organize something.
So management team, cricket team, then people want to go sulphur. Let them go in Screws and Tears and Tikweklosh, one a number of places, man. Let them go relax their bones, man, and say, yes, I have to come back. Dominica, because apparently they were talking about the journey, which of course he said it was very interesting right there. But of course the game is on July 2nd and 3rd. So as you can see right there, and of course this is the ticketing system. Of course, if you want to be on the grounds, you only pay 15 EC dollars. This is not US dollars, EC dollars, Eastern Caribbean dollar. And of course, there's a number of other places right there. $40 for the Thomas Kentish East, John and Laura North, and of course, Philip and Sanford South, $40. And of course, if you want to pay a little more vibrations right there, guys, you go in the Shillingford section of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. You pay $70, and of course half price goes to that of 65 or older, or 12 and less, 12 and younger, 12 and under right there. But of course it pretty much applies if you don't want to pay too much money, you just want to see a cricket game and relax on the grounds, man. Pay $15, man, have a little fun, bring your coolers and whatnot. No glass bottles, by the way. They don't want any glass bottles inside there, just in case, you know, no glass bottles. Plastics, that's what they bring inside there. And of course they just want to tell people enjoy themselves and whatever, brothers and sisters. But of course, you know about the whole situation involving NCCU yesterday, guys, and of course some interesting thing that came out, and of course they gave a response, and we're actually gonna check out the response right there. So let us take a listen to what they have to say.
Good afternoon. If you don't know me as yet, my name is Shari Pascal Maroney. I am the marketing manager of the NCCU. This video is just to address very briefly the situation that occurred this morning before the live for our virtual meetup 4 began. Those of you who tuned in would have been bombarded by some very graphic imagery or video on your screen.
Yeah, some nasty vibes, man. Some irrevocably nasty vibes, man. Oh, that was when people kept sending me, I don't know what people kept sending this for me, man. But anyways, let's continue right there.
And we wish to address this. So what happened? It's called Zoom bombing, and yes, this is a real thing. What is Zoom bombing, you may ask? Zoom bombing refers to the unwanted intrusion of strangers or internet trolls into a Zoom or video conference call.
So a number of persons include I pretty much made the sentiment that it could have been internal, it could have also been external as well. If it was internal, there's some nasty vibes going on inside there that they need to check. They need to bring the Bible and rebuke people inside there for those kind of disgusting things they are posting. But of course, she mentioned that it could have been an external thing, and based off what you're saying, based on the external factor, it could have been Zoom. You know, it starts with B bomb. Yeah, you sometimes you can't see certain things on YouTube, guys. You have to be very careful. So what you stated right there, yes, Zoom, where people kind of, you know, hack into your thing and put up stuff to try to mess up your life and stuff. Apparently it was very easy for them to do that right there in the NCCU program, in the NCCU live. Let's continue.
A Zoom bomber's goal is to wreak havoc in a variety of ways.
But why is she reading like Droniliana? You sure is that exactly that took place? Or you guys actually will do some internal research? Next thing you blaming the wrong thing for what actually caused that. You guys sure? Because it sounds like only like Dronilia. Dronilia said drone can go thousands of miles below sea level. Sunlight don't even reach 2 miles below sea level, but Dronilia know it reaching thousands of miles below sea level. I don't know where she get that. Wikipedia, she must get that. I hope it's not Wikipedia you're reading. But anyways, let's just say what you're saying is actually correct. And of course, these things tend to happen. I know individuals sometimes jump into people's class and then they disrupt it. I know during the time of the Rona situation where they were having classes and stuff, a number of persons used to jump into the Zoom classes and Zoom meetings and do disruption. So it's not too far-fetched right there on what she's saying.
Most often by inserting obscene images or other distracting content into the meeting.
That wasn't disturbing, huh? That was oh Lord. Anyways, there's no words for that. There's no words for the disgusting stuff. So guys, I had to change my battery there. So let's go back a little bit.
Guys, this is very serious. Sometimes we think these things are isolated events. Sometimes we feel, oh, they're just targeted an institution. Sometimes we feel this is not anybody who is on island. This is not anybody in our region. This has to be some internet troll sitting behind multiple screens or keyboards in one of the bigger countries. This is not always the case.
I know that's not the case because I remember one time CBS actually had to call. Well, it was told to me that CBS had to call Dominica State College because students in Dominica State College had hacked into CBS. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told to us by a teacher and stuff. I don't know what was the repercussions, but you know, students, there are some deadly students in that Dominica. They know, be mindful.
We are grateful that at the NCCU, we have an IT team which has been working feverishly to find out the who, the why, maybe not the why, but the where.
You mean, or you go back and see if all you can identify the IP, which of course, if they identify the IP, it could be a VPN, or it could be a VPN that they use to thing it, which means you then have to try to search through, find that, not necessarily knowing exactly just because of the IT VPN the IP that was found.
And we are successful. We have been successful.
Well, let's hope it's so. Let's hope it's so. Next thing, all you can call somebody and say is, all your VPN we trace back, and it's actually somebody from overseas that was actually doing that, using a VPN, you know, to change the IP and to do certain things, make it Dominican, so you think it's Dominica doing that. They hack into somebody's IP and make you feel like it's that person. You never know, it could be. So you have to be mindful of that, you know, guys.
So we know. However, I wish to implore to all our members and the general public that these incidents can happen to anyone. And it does not necessarily have to happen over a Zoom platform. We take ownership of what happened because it happened under our live, under our video.
But you should have blockers up for this kind of things. But then again, I guess Zoom is outside of the scope of NCCU. But, you know, protecting yourself at least, you know, have a little, you know, something there. I don't know, but just my thoughts. What are your thoughts, guys?
However, I wish to say in uncertain terms that what occurred in no way represents the NCCU.
Well, we would hope not, because them kind of disgusting things we saw there, father. That was, ah boy.
In no way aligns itself with the goals, the policies, the missions, the plans of the NCCU. This was not our doing.
Well, let's hope so, That's all we can say. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's not all you're doing. You know, sometimes people just cover up, but you don't know. It could be, you know, somebody from outside did that to you guys.
Now, despite that, we recognize that the information is being shared. What I can hope and pray out of this is that the information that we shared, what we intended to share, which was on preparedness, is what will be shared via social media.
But somebody actually pointed this to me, out to me, stating that people like to go off of negative things when you hear bad things happen. But guys, you have to remember, bad press is good press most of the time, you know. Because when bad press happens, people, based on how humans are shaped, they like to see the negative in things and share it about before they share something good. That's human nature. So within that scope, you should understand how to use the clout in something and push from the negative that has happened. But instead of doing that, you made a response without actually making the information known, and you're asking individuals who then go to see what the preparedness and stuff that you were talking about is. Some people might go and search for it, but I think you should have used the response that you guys did right there to make the information known. You then went out, you know, talking about, you know, the situation that happened, but you should have also put in the highlights of what you guys were talking about in the preparedness in this one, because this is what people will most likely want to see, the response for the negative stuff that you guys did. So it's using the clout in a positive way that would actually push the information. You know something bad happened. It's crazy that happened. It wasn't you guys' fault. Well, based off what the information that we're gathering from you. But you should also understand that you should have used that very same video to push the information. Hopefully she does that. Let me see if she did that in this video right there.
Not the negativity, but the positive aspect. And the positive aspect is that preparedness is key. We are happy that the membership stood by and came onto the live, commented, supported, and did what they had to do to ensure that the virtual meetup 4 was a success. Thank you so much for that. We were concerned about our members who don't feel comfortable using Facebook or don't have access to Facebook, and this is the reason why a Zoom link was always made available.
But if you're using Facebook, you can just put the link on public. If you put the link on public and then put it out there, and people can share it in once it's public. This is why there are different criteria you can actually use for things that you want to put out there. If it's public, people can share it and all kind of things. If it's private, more in your friend group and whatnot, then only your friends get to see it, or their friends and friends get to see it. And then if you put it just for yourself to only see it, you put it on private and only can see. But if you have the link for Facebook, it doesn't matter if people want to use Facebook or not. If there's a link for that, which I think it's much better to use Facebook when you're doing these kind of things, because you can share out the public link all over the place, and whether you have Facebook or not, people can use it. But based on what I was saying, guys, based on the information that she was giving, she pretty much just said the focus was on preparedness. That's preparedness is pretty much vital, but you should have gone into actually what that is right there, utilizing the very thing that happened right there.
We've had 3 meetups before and never had an issue. However, going forward, all virtual meetups will only be streamed via Facebook. There will be no link available anymore until we explore a few options.
There will always be a link to share Facebook lives. That's how Emo tends to do her own. When she does live, she can share the link all over the place right there. On YouTube is the same thing. Zoom, I mean, you have a Zoom link as well. It's pretty much the same thing across the board. So you don't really need to, you will always, really need to use Zoom. Zoom is just for a number of people coming in and interacting and so forth and so forth, whereas Facebook is more on a personal basis. And of course you can use Zoom into Facebook, but if you wanted to just focus on Facebook, you can pretty much just have Facebook there and send out a link to everybody, so you'll actually have a link.
Safer options that will ensure that this does not happen again. As a staff member, I strongly condemn the actions of the individual responsible, and as a member myself of the NCCU, I condemn these actions as well. This is nothing to do with our NCCU, and our NCCU does not agree with the actions of this individual.
Hopefully it's not somebody internal. Hopefully it's not somebody internal. You guys stated most likely was somebody external, outside of the company. But hopefully, you know, hopefully they can stop their dirty ways, man. Stop their dirty, nasty ways, man. But in regards to these guys, I think they actually fail when it comes down to actually pushing out the information. If they would have most likely benefited if they pretty much brought the highlights of preparedness in this one to pretty much pass on the information in this one. I think this would have been vital right there. But I guess they thought it would be better if it stayed on the link and then they come and give it in, you know. But in the future reference, brothers and sisters, if something bad happens, you can use it for you can use it as an advantage for you. Use it as an advantage for you, where you can pretty much push your information out in the next videos, because people want to see what you're saying, especially when it comes on to a response to the negative stuff that was posted right there. So, you know, just a little advice, you see me, from somebody that knows social media very well right there. Anyway, some individuals were asking a number of questions. Banks in Dominica needs to buckle up and be on top of their games, man. The story of someone hacking your Zoom account doesn't add up at all. Probably a staff member is currently watching this video and mistakenly switch windows to share on the screen their nasty ways, man. That's what I was saying in the previous video, right? The previous reaction. I am not convinced that your account got hacked. That's what individuals are saying, regardless of what you guys are saying. It got hacked and what have you. Similarly, guys, always check your transaction history on mobile app after making a payment with your ATM card. There is currently a fraudulent card activity going on now at the NBD, apparently. I haven't heard NBD say anything like that, but this was sent to me right there. Banks in Dominica to the buckle, blah blah blah. And of course, this is where it continues right there, whereby you will be debited twice or more. You may not notice this except you go through your statement. Also, I remember that something like that happened to us in the Republic Bank, actually. We have a Republic Bank account, and sometimes we tend to use our US cards to do certain things. And depending on if you go to the ATM and use your US card, that machine you might not get the money out if you try to withdraw money, but it was gonna reflect on your statement. So it looks like you get your money, which you didn't get your money in the ATM, but it reflects on your thing as if you got the money, which means you end up losing out without actually getting any money at all. It's not only me that happened to, it actually happened to my cousin as well. We just happened to meet up in the bank, and he was talking to me about this situation that happened to him, and I'm like, let me go and check my account to see if that actually, because I didn't know. I had no clue whatsoever that was the case. I thought that they would have canceled the thing already. But when I went in to check in on my mobile app, they actually took the money. And it's not to say their fault, it's just that the system is not working properly. And as a result, I think they need to put they should have put some card on top, because the individual was inside the bank, know that the system isn't working properly. And I actually went inside there and I did 5 transactions, brothers and sisters. 5. I only got a success of 2 of them right there. 2. And out of the other 3, I had to go in the bank and talk to them. And as my cousin wasn't there, telling me about him using his US card to thing, and he didn't get the money, and he had to go back inside there to check it out, I would have never known this. So I think this is vital information, not just for Republic. They need to fix this stuff up. Maybe things like this also happens in NBD. But I think Republic Bank is a bit better, because Republic Bank doesn't have all its fees. So if you're doing it locally, the fees, you pretty much waive the fees that NBD pretty much charges you, from my own understanding in this whole thing. So it's an interesting scope when it comes on to banking system in Dominica. Anyways, guys, continue right there, whereby you will be debited twice or more. You may not notice this except you go through your statement. Remember, some cards were recalled earlier this year to curb such occurrence from happening. It's annoying for customers to keep going to the bank, always because of the same complaints right there. My big question to Republic Bank is, did you guys rectify this problem? They say it's that problem. I've saw people literally in the Republic making noise with people saying, if it was Scotia Bank that was there, these things would not be happening. So I think it would be smart to rectify these problems. Don't you think so? I could be wrong. I could be wrong, brothers and sisters. I could be wrong in this regard right there. But I think individuals definitely need to check on their statements. Make sure you guys have more banking on both Republic and NBD and all the other banks that you can get, credit union, what have you. I haven't heard anybody complain about credit union, man. Well, except for this kind of the nasty video that show up accidentally right there. But it's very interesting. Another person actually made this question right there. A thought just came to mind. If NCCU IT team cannot block this from appearing on their live, the nasty vibe from appearing on their live, brothers and sisters, how secure is their banking system? That's an interesting question right there. But of course, I don't think Zoom is secured by NCCU, and as a result of that, I think their system for banking is a bit different from the system of Zoom. But I think there could have been something done to prevent it. You know, maybe securing the servers or whatever. I don't know. it could be that, but I know the system for banking is not the same as the system for zooming. It's just that it reflects back, and people might ask themselves that question right there. But the zooming stuff has absolutely nothing to do with the security of the banking firm right there. Zoom and them are not integrated. They just use the Zoom, and of course using Zoom is a wide thing where people can jump in if they know the passwords and stuff. We actually did something similar to that, where people were passing passing the codes for us to go and listen to what is taking place and stuff, where people were trying to hide information from us. That's crazy, man. But so these things tend to happen from time to time, and I guess we just have to be more careful right there, guys. I was actually gonna be doing another video in regards to some woman that was trying to expose some guy, and brothers and sisters, I will do that in another reaction, man. Make this video reach 200 thumbs up, guys, and I'm gonna be doing this one. This woman tried to expose the guy, her baby daddy, for trying to feed his kid, even though she has other kids, and she's trying to expose him as a dirty rag youth. She's trying to say he has dirty ways, man. He has nasty dirty ways, like the thing that was on. Well, not like that. That is another vice. But she trying to expose him for being a good father to his child, and because he's not doing the same thing for her other children, which are not his own, she's complaining. Ah, yeah, guys, Satan is a liar. But anyways, guys, if you want to see that, let this video reach 200. No, this video has to reach 300 thumbs up for you guys to get the aerial shot. And of course, if it reaches about 200 and what have you guys, I will do this reaction video as well. So hey, vibes will happen, brothers and sisters. Make the things happen, and you guys have 24 hours to do this stuff. And of course, I'm going to be doing another video after this one concerning the whole situation, back to the very same situation we've been talking about for the past few days concerning the missing man, and of course Kenisha. I saw another video of the same individual giving his views as well, so we're going to be reacting to that, and of course give my views as well on that. Remember, guys, the father will be hopefully coming through with us sometime to give us some information on the podcast. So BrBpTV, download the app, brothers and sisters, so you can get all them vibrations as time goes by. I was actually going to be doing an aerial shot, you know, when the boat was coming in right there. But of course, check out BrBpTV for the latest vibrations on them coming in. I have the video of this that will be in the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the app. So don't forget, brothers and sisters, to definitely download the app on your Droid devices, your Android devices, on your television as well, because it can definitely work on your television as well. Anyways, guys, with all that said, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all because you have to click subscribe, then click the bell, and then click all, so you can get all the notifications when they drop right there. And of course, I'm going to be doing another video, so make sure you stay tuned. In about 2 hours, it's going to be dropping again. So of course, we'll definitely have that vibrations for you guys right there, man. We have videos to drop, man, reactions to do, and of course, with that said, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.